The headlines.
Scathing Rolling Stone article.
With sexual assault on campus.
The horrific allegations.
A disturbing story of a female student who says she was gang raped in a UVA fraternity house.
The brutal on-campus sexual assault in 2012.
The protests. And the dramatic turn of events.
Breaking news.
A major turn of events for the University of Virginia tonight.
Rolling Stone is now backpedaling on the story.
We have no basis to conclude that anything happened at that fraternity house.
And lawyers say it all started with a crush that a young woman had on this University of Virginia student. A crush that sparked the national uproar. A rape on campus. A 9,000-word Rolling Stone article detailing an alleged gang rape at a fraternity house in 2012. A report that was later debunked and then retracted.
I felt like I was going to cry when I saw the article.
Summer 2012. Like most college freshmen, Ryan Duffin was excited to meet new friends and make lasting memories.
I met Jackie the second day that I was at UVA.
He quickly connected with fellow first-year students Jackie, Alex, and Catherine after meeting the trio at orientation. But it was Jackie, Ryan says, who wanted to be more than just friends.
So she started expressing some physical interest in me then, which I rebuffed.
A rejection that lawyers say led to deception.
So she tells us that she's met this new guy. She likes to talk about it, which is interesting because she had a huge crush on Ryan at the time.
Jackie tells her friends that new guy is an upperclassman named Haven Monahan, who purportedly sends Ryan these pictures of himself. Ryan says she even convinces him to text this Haven, posing as a girl, to ask him questions about Jackie.
She said that Haven Monahan was somebody in her chemistry class, who had been interested in her and had expressed that to her, but she wasn't really so sure about this guy.
CBS 6 has obtained logs of hundreds of text messages between Jackie, Ryan, and the alleged Haven, the same documents that are now in the hands of attorneys. Conversations that center around Haven's determination to date Jackie and Jackie's secret desire to date Ryan.
This Haven character would always complain that she's got a crush on some first year, and it was kind of a fishing expedition to see how she felt about Ryan.
At the same time, Jackie would tell her friends that she had no interest in Haven. But then, on September 28th, 2012, she says she's going to give him a chance.
She mentioned that she'd been on a date, and at some point her date stopped his car in front of his fraternity house.
11:30 at night and more than a mile from the Phi Psi house, Jackie is here on grounds when she calls Ryan. She tells him she needs him to meet her here. Something bad had happened.
She said that when they got up to his bedroom, there were other men in the room. He locked the door behind her and forced her to perform oral sex on 5 men in the room. Minutes later, her 3 best friends on campus, 2 boys and a girl.
3.5 years later, those friends, portrayed as Randall and Andy in the Rolling Stone piece, read about that night, as they have countless times since it was published in 2014.
Andy said you had a bad experience at a frat and you've been a baby ever since, which also is not something I would ever say.
But Rolling Stone wouldn't know that then, because the very friends who came to Jackie's aid were never contacted by the writer or anyone else at the magazine.
If she was covered in blood when we saw her, we would have gone to the hospital immediately, no question about it. She looked pretty normal.
She did get all dolled up. I have no idea for whom, because apparently Drew or Haven or whatever his name was her.
Police say there was never a Haven Monahan enrolled at UVA. In fact, he never existed, according to lawyers representing Nicole Aramo, an associate dean at UVA who is now suing the magazine, and reporter Sabrina Rubin Ertley for defamation. Court documents allege Haven was a fake suitor created by Jackie to win over Ryan's affection in an elaborate scheme that went viral and hurt countless people along the way.
I don't really know how it was supposed to work, because it didn't, but it seems like that was the intent.
If you were sitting across right now from Jackie, what would you say to her?
At this point, I really don't know. The only thing that springs to mind is why.
She has been the victim of many, many, many things that never happened. I would tell her probably to get psychological help. I'm a little curious to know why she did it.